Perek Chaf Dalet, Mishnah Aleph. Misha Hirshich Baderech. If a person is traveling on a Friday and he's literally overtaken by darkness, Shabbos sort of comes down on him, and he's traveling and he's got a wallet, a purse of money, what should he do? Says the Mishnah, Noisin Kis L'Nochri, he should give the kiss, the purse, the wallet, L'Nochri to a Gentile, V'im Einimei Nochri, Manichoi al HaChamor. And if there's no Nochri, if there's no Gentile, non-Jewish person there, then he should place the purse on his donkey and let the donkey carry the purse for him. Now, first of all, when exactly does this take place? So the Bar Tanura says, and this is Shittas Rashi as well, this is still before Shabbos. So he's traveling on a Friday afternoon, and the sun begins to set, and he sees that Shabbos is approaching, and there's no way he's going to make it home in time. So he should try and find a Gentile, a non-Jew, and he should give the purse to the Gentile so that the Gentile should carry it for him. That's what the Mishnah says. Now the Rosh learns that we're actually talking about on Shabbos itself, that you're allowed to tell the Gentile to take the purse on Shabbos. Why? Well, the Bar Tanura explains, even though for me to give the Gentile, whether I give it to him before Shabbos, and certainly if I give it to him on Shabbos, he's becoming my shliach, and therefore it's as if I am doing the malacha of carrying and touching muktzah, which is d'Rabbanan, but I'm touching muktzah myself because he's my shliach. Nonetheless, kim lehu l'Rabbanan, the rabbis were certain, says the Bar Tanura, a person is not going to withhold the temptation to just sort of part with his money. If you don't allow him to give the money to a Gentile or to put it on the donkey, then he will come to carry daladamas b'shus rabim. That is how the Bar Tanura explains it from the Gemara. Now, the Korban Nesanel and the Bach sort of reconcile the two opinions which we just mentioned. Does this incident take place before Shabbos or even on Shabbos? So the Korban Nesanel and the Bach reconcile both views by making a distinction between B'di'eved and Lechatchila. In other words, everyone agrees that Lechatchila, if this happened, you should give it to the guy, to the Gentile before Shabbos. B'di'eved, if you didn't, you'd be allowed to actually do so even after Shabbos has begun, even when darkness has taken over. Okay, that's Ha'ara number one. Ha'ara number two is that the Mechaber, when he brings this halacha down in Shulchan Aruch Siman Reish Samach Vav, Mishahoya Baba Derech, the Kiddush Lavayim, etc., etc., he then says that what we allow is only regarding your own wallet, your own money. But what if you find a metzia? You find some money, some lost item on the road. Would you be allowed to ask a Gentile to take it for you? And the Mechaber says that you are not. You're not allowed to give that to a Gentile unless it was yours before Shabbos came in. What's the svara? So it says the Mishnah Berurah in Sif Katan Hey, since I didn't toil for this money, it wasn't mine, I just found some money on the floor, I'm not going to be that concerned about it, and there is no concern that I would carry it, even if you didn't allow you to give it to the non-Jew. So this dispensation of giving the wallet to a non-Jewish person is specifically if it's your money. But if it's a metzia that you found, then the Mishnah's heter would not apply. Before moving on to the next part of the Mishnah, one final point. When it says manicha lachamor, you can place your purse on the donkey, there is a specific way of how to do that. We've mentioned previously several times in this Masechta that with regard to the Issa Hitzah of Shabbos, there are different elements that need to be fulfilled in order to be over the Issa of Hitzah. So for example, to be over the Issa, to transgress the D'Oraisa, the biblical prohibition of carrying on Shabbos, you actually have to do an Akira, lifting it in one Rishus, and a Hanoch, and placing it in a separate domain, in a separate Rishus. Or, if you do a carrying Daladamas in the Rishus Rabbim, which is a Tolda of Hitzah, then you have to lift it up, walk Daladamas, and place it down. Therefore, when the Mishnah says that Manicha lachamar, the Mefarshim explain this is what you do. In order to try and reduce the possibility of doing a D'Oraisa, of the animal working for you on Shabbos or carrying, then this is what you do. You actually only put it on the chamor once the chamor is already walking. You shouldn't put it on the chamor when the chamor is stationary and then the chamor moves, because that is as if he's doing an akira. He's sort of lifting it from stationary in one rishus, and then he'll go into the other rishus and leave it there. So rather you should let the animal start walking and then place the purse on its back. Similarly, when he arrives at his destination, you should not let the animal come to a stop, but rather, whilst it's still walking, you should knock off the money, kilach hayad, in an unusual way, and let the purse fall somewhere into the house. Not let the animal come to a stop and then knock it off. Because then the animal is doing an akira and hanoch in different rishuyas, and therefore one should avoid that. Okay. Continues the Mishnah. Now, the Mefarshim explain this is not merely a continuation of the first half of the Mishnah, but rather we're talking about a situation where a donkey is now laden with packages and with goods. And again, the person misjudged what time Shabbos is, and he arrives home and it's already dark, it's already Shabbos. And this donkey is carrying goods, some of bags are muktzah, some of the bags are not muktzah. So what should he do? Says the Mishnah. When he reaches the outermost courtyard of his home, he can remove those bags which are not muktzah, which can be moved on Shabbos, and just take them off and place them, no problem. But those bags which are muktzah, which cannot be moved on Shabbos, he may release the ropes, and thereby which sort of attach them to the animal. And the sacks, the bags, fall to the ground by themselves. Because he cannot touch them directly, so he can just release the ropes and the bags will naturally fall to the ground by themselves. What if the bags contain items which are breakable? So say the Mefarshim that what he's allowed to do is he's allowed to place pillows at the foot of the animal, so that when he releases the ropes and the bags fall, they will fall onto the pillows and they won't break the items inside the bags. One qualification on that is that if we're worried about bittul kli mehechonoi, which means you're not allowed to take a keli, a mutter keli, a functional keli, and put it out of operation on Shabbos. So the concern is that if you've got muktzah items and they fall on these pillows, that if the items, the sacks that are falling off the back of the donkey are very large, and you couldn't just take the pillow and sort of slip them off, because they fall onto this pillow and they're so heavy that you can't just move the pillow, so then that is a problem of being mevatzal kli mehechonoi. So what you should, this is only a heter to put them onto, to release them onto these pillows, only if the bags, the sacks on the back of a donkey are quite small. So then you can release them and they can go onto the pillows, and it's not considered bittul kli mehechonoi. Why not? Because you can just move the pillows and tilt them off and you can still use the pillows. But if the sacks are so large that you cannot move them, you cannot move the pillows because the sacks are so heavy, so then that would not be a good eitzah. Okay, that is the end of Mishnah Aleph.